Yeah, it's a tough weekend, and we've said it before with this program, and we'll continue to say it that you've got to go through tough things to become a tough team, and that road trip of the Colorado State, Wyoming, it's a juggernaut. It is absolutely one of the toughest trips that you take all year for a number of different reasons, but we came out of it having learned some lessons, and that's part of what we're all about. Is hey, even when we win, we're learning lessons, but especially when we come up short, what are the lessons we can learn? And there was a couple moments there at Colorado State where we just weren't even we didn't even look like ourselves, and I felt like it took us a little bit longer to become the Lobos that we know we are later in the match than we've ever. It took us 2 sets to finally get to points where hey, we're point scoring and we're defending at a level that can get us back into this match. And late in the set, came up with a couple of big plays, and I thought, okay, hey, we got a chance here. And then we kind of had some opportunities there, and next thing we know, we're dropping that in 3. And the Wyoming match, boy, I don't know if you guys had a chance to catch it, but there was moments in that match where it was 2 plays, 25-23, 26-24. 2 plays separated us from going, into a situation where we could have been up 2-1. I didn't think we were great the first set. I thought it took us a little bit to adjust to their environment, if I can use that. The fact that it was standing room only. You could barely hear in the timeouts, and that's not an environment that we play in a whole lot. And that was very good for us to go through. We absolutely need to be tested in those ways. And of course, we like to get tested and feel, hey, we passed the test with a win, but sometimes we don't. And I think that's what we've talked in the past, the gift of failure. The gift of failure gives us the opportunity to reflect and go, okay, what do we want to do moving forward in order to reach our goals? And so our goal has not changed. It doesn't change. We talked about that in the locker room after the match. Becoming a top third team means we have to become very good at winning matches and coming up on the right side of some of the big plays that we came up on the wrong side of late in those 2 Wyoming sets. And so it's all part of the process. It's all part of the daily grind that we have got to go through to prepare ourselves to play at a top third level in this league. And so we're back at it today. We had some great film sessions yesterday. We gave them the day off from volleyball yesterday. It was a tough 5-day road trip. And so today, this week was all about getting back to green, getting back to go mode, and putting the pedal to the floor on Thursday night, and then getting on the road on Friday and playing a good Reno team. So I got an exciting week coming up.
You talked about the struggles. How much of that was on the road? You said you didn't look like yourselves, and then conference is different on the road than a non-conference game. Was that something that you guys talked about, getting used to that?
We did. I think I don't know if I forget what the final attendance. The announced attendance was at Colorado State, but it's a different environment. And they do a fantastic job making it very opponent unfriendly. It's very home team friendly, and they do a great job in there. And I think the reality was that our team. Going into the break between sets 2 and 3, I asked them, "Hey guys, where are we at? What do we need to do to get back on track here? What are you guys seeing from the floor? What is happening from your angle? Because here's what I'm seeing." And one of the things was, "Hey, we got to just go let it rip in this environment." And so to me, that was the right response. Was, "Hey, we've got to put the crowd, we've got to put the noise, we've got to put all the distractions aside," because you're absolutely right. We don't see that. Most places aren't getting 12 to 1,700 people, and that's what we were up against in both facilities. Obviously, Moby's a lot different than the Wyoming facility, but they're intimidating places to play, and you've got to get good in those arenas in order to go make the top third of this league, because you have to win matches on the road.
And just to follow up to that, you're back on the road this week, correct?
Yep.
And so what's the adjustment you've made to try to combat that?
Yeah, for us, it's the reality that I think the team that we talked about was we've got to get going from 0-0. We've got to play every point the same. I think we turned it on a little bit later in the set. So at 20-20, we were playing some of the best volleyball that we've played, and we're saying, hey, what happened at 0-0 when we had opportunities to go up 2-3 points early and sustain that lead all the way into the latter part of the set? And so I think that is it's more of a mindset shift than it was, hey, a tactical adjustment on our end. Is, hey, we've got to get going from point 0-0 all the way to 26-24 or 25-25, and we've got to be able to put it together at the end of the set just as well as we do at the beginning of a set.
Coach, only the second time this season you guys have lost back-to-back matches. What do you try to take back from the first string of 2 back-to-back losses? Because they bounced back really well from those 2 losses.
Yeah. The reality for us was in the locker room, we said it was a reminder of where we're going, and that on that path to where we're going, you are going to hit some bumps in the road, and knowing that the sun's going to come up tomorrow, that tomorrow is a brand new day, it's a brand new chance to go and get better. And so I think there are still some areas on the court that we're seeing hey, we can still be so much better. You know, there are some serving that we need to get. We need to shore up a couple point scoring rotations. So certain servers and certain rotations, we've got to hit them serving in more and tougher. So the serve's got to knock our opponents way off the net so that they can't run their middle. And then we can get a lot better with our block defense. There were some situations with running our middles, which is something we've addressed. We want to get really good at running our middles to free up our left side and our right side attackers. That's an area of the game that we just, hey, we want to address going into this next match. That's 2-3 points on the board. And when you're coming up 2-3 points shy of winning a set, hey, we can start solving some of these issues right away. And so that's kind of the big push right now.
What can you expect from these 2 matches this week?
Yeah, so very different teams than the Colorado States and the Wyomings of the world. Very different teams. San Jose, incredibly fast offense, not a ton of distribution to their middle blockers. It's just a different style of play. It's fast, and they're all left side, right side dominant. Reno, their team still it seems like they're still struggling to put together their lineup, so I'm not sure exactly which players we're going to expect. They've had some players rotating at middle and outside, so just different matches, just different style of play than the last 2 matches. And I think the expectation for us is let's shore up these areas of the game that we fell short in at the Wyoming-Colorado State weekend and go, hey, let's see what else we got to go learn about. You know, so if we can shore up these areas, then hey, there's going to be another part of the game that we're going to want to shore up and kind of tighten up. You know, so I think for me, if we can get those 2 areas tightened up, then hey, I like our chances against anybody. If we're serving well and we can get our middle blockers involved.